Yep. Yep. Righto. Sorry?
Who are you?
Ford Fischer is my name.
Okay, with who?
Just to share. Adam invited me.
Okay,
Adam
okay,
invited me.
good.
Just send me a message.
The guy on the, see that little figure?
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, over on the, yeah. And then Rosina is attached to something?
There's one here.
Right.
Do you see them? Did I remember?
Yeah, so I see this one.
This one and that one. There's only two.
No, there's three.
I thought there was three, but I'm missing one of them.
It's way over
Okay.
there. You gotta-
All right, I'll take a little walk over there and see what I see.
Fuck your demolition, and I'm a warrior of Earth. But we're all one, you know? Just figuring it out, and you could help me, and we could help you.
Is this one better? Do you have enough that you can really see?
Yeah, well, I'm
One's a
gonna
little
keep
bigger.
doing. I'll
All right.
taking a look at the
All
cops
right,
now, but I mean,
just
I'll.
want to help you.
Liar, liar,
For sure, I
fuck
appreciate that.
gentrification, liar, liar. Fuck your demolition. I am a warrior of the Earth. Say it with me. Fuck your demolition. I am a warrior of the Earth.
Fuck your demolition! Fuck your demolition! Fuck your demolition! Fuck your demolition!
Of the Earth.
Fuck your
Fuck your
demolition!
demolition.
Fuck your
Fuck your demolition.
Fuck your
I am a warrior of the Earth.
Liar, liar, gentrifier!
Liar, liar, gentrifier. Liar, liar, gentrifier. Liar, liar.
Hey, where's the spot that you guys got in? It sucks filming through the. I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to get an unobstructed look at
You could have it. Sorry, I thought maybe you were going to get here quick.
it. Sorry.
They made the move.
So they locked it down to make it so people can't get inside again.
Let's see.
Wow, excuse me. Thanks.
We are not paying for it yet. Maybe in the plate with them.
One of the guys was taking a piss, and that's how they got.
Oh. Should I still be
I
following?
don't know. I'm in the middle of something right now. I can't talk. Go to the website for the campaign. It's betterrestaurantsdc.org. You can send it there. All right. Here's the stairs. I went too far. Sorry.
Oh.
So there used to be stairs that came in. This used to be a park.
Right.
They're lying
Too
about it not being a park.
Sorry, now I'm recording if you want to actually tell me about the situation.
Here's the tie-up spot. Here it is. Here's the spot.
Oh, so did they just add another layer of
Just put a
fence?
here.
Gotcha.
You can still get better through the fence here.
True. So,
So this is where people cut in, and they cut the fence, and they just marched right in, and the people were working, and they were like, "We're get out of here," and they're like, "No, you guys have to stop demolishing because we're on your site now." And they were threatening violence at first, some of the workers, and they were like, sorry, and they stopped their dozers, and all at the same time, the 3 people that are locked down, they're using steel pipe, and they're using chains. They have chains wrapped around their wrists and connected to the pipes, and that way, if someone tries to pull them out, like they're locked into the pipes, they have to cut the pipe, and the pipe is like really thick steel. It's maybe a half-inch thick steel. These pipes are welded. One has a braided, 2 of them have braiding. And then this person here, you can see she has around her ankles. You can actually film it probably. She has shackles around her ankles that are using a lock. It's very hard to cut off, but she just wrapped her legs around the ladder and she's in a comfortable position. And so she's locked right there. There were, there's about 20 people here when this happened. And their goal was to stop the demolition, and they've stopped it. They've actually succeeded in stopping the demolition. And for this thing was being ripped down just an hour ago. If they keep tearing more and more of it down, there's dust coming off. One of their demands is asbestos.
I thought you just put it there.
They want new samples taken from the rubble because they believe there's asbestos in the concrete. I've seen the asbestos test that the city
This
done.
might be an interesting conversation.
Oh, yeah, no, we got one coming in. Not bad.
They still haven't arrested Trump, that's right. They gotta do that first. There's 3 people locked the bulldozers in there trying to prevent this park from being turned into condos and a whole shopping center and everything. It was supposed to be a park. That's what's going on.
Good move. Yeah, he's going back there.
All right, so looks like that's their point of in and out, but not for. I don't think I'm going through
That's
that
how they
thing.
entered, my understanding is they want their demands met. They want the demolition to stop until new asbestos testing is done. It's pretty straightforward. If people don't know aware of this site, I just want to tell you a couple important things to note. Until 1960, this is where all the drinking water in DC was made. By pumping water up from the Potomac River and putting it through these underground chambers here, and it went through a sand filtration, and then it was clean water. And many presidents drank this water. They didn't use chemicals. Now, that was part of the facility as well across the street. You can take a look. We still have a reservoir up here. McMillan Reservoir is on the other side of this parking lot area. And there is a chemical treatment facility in here. And this is still being used to distribute water from across the city. But this part is no longer being used since 1960. From the time it was built until World War II, it was a public park. Anybody could walk down the stairs, which are right by the police officer's feet right there. You could walk down the stairs into the park. There are more stairs at the corner. There are stairs all around, actually. And people in the community would come, and they would spend Sunday afternoons here. There was a lot of gathering. This was an integrated park. Whites and blacks were welcome in this park, unlike other parks in DC. Now, during World War II, they put a fence up because they were worried about Germans polluting the water. So we gotta secure our water treatment facility. No one not make it too easy. So they started guarding this place. After the war, they didn't take the fence down. However, it was always open on the weekends for people to come in and hang out, play games, and they maintained it enough that you could walk through the whole site and it was safe. Over the years, the city did not maintain it. In 1968, they said no more public coming in anymore. Not safe anymore. And this park has been systematically stolen since 1968 until today, where it's been given away to billionaires. It's been given away to billionaires. The land for free. Maybe it's the mayor's office.
No, that's Glover. That's Commander Glover.
Oh, yeah, you know who that
I can
is?
see him through the thing. Yeah, he's like Special Operations Division, like the top like MPD.
Top
dude.
SOD, okay.
Yeah.
He's got a problem.
Congratulations, you got top brass from SOD
He's got a
here.
problem because these people are seriously locked down in there, and they don't have the key for the one person who has a key lock, and they have to decide how they're going to get them out or what they're going to do.
So the activists couldn't unlock it even if they wanted to. Is that basically what you're saying?
No,
Like,
the pipe people could unlock, and but the one who has the key lock, he's not on site.
right.
He left. So that person had help.
Gotcha. So the police are going to have to cut them out, basically.
I think so. Or the police could take their demands back to the mayor and get a promise. They have demands that are pretty reasonable, which is stop the demolition until you test for asbestos again. The test they're relying on took from one pillar. There's this huge site, and there's a lot of archways and roofs. We believe they use asbestos in the roof part. And it's not a problem if you leave it here and you keep the site maintained. It's a problem if you tear it down and don't take proper measures. They're not taking any steps right now to protect for asbestos. Now, the Department of Energy and Environment, the head of that, Tommy Wells, has personally shown me their tests. It's like 75 pages of tests. And I'm skeptical that there's asbestos in this thing. But the tests were done so long ago and were only done on one column, that why not take the extra step? And in the meantime, maybe a judge will finally step in and protect this site. I guess you want to talk to him.
Well, I'll see what
See what he says.
what he's going to be up to. Yeah.
If you want the key, just let us know. Okay? Yeah, you don't need to leave. You should stay there. You should hold tight. Hold tight. We support you. Hold tight. As long as you can, yes. Get your demands met. Make the demands really clear.
Well, my demand, well, I want to stop it.
I know. We'll take it to your superiors. Don't ask for a key. The key, when she wants the key, I understand the key will materialize when she wants the key.
You're enforcing crazy laws. You should be on our side, not theirs. You know? We're having a nice discussion down there.
Well, they're going to try to, eventually they're going to start bullying you and tell you how awful it's going to be and that you're going to get in lots of trouble with the law. So they're going to start off nice and then they're going to start telling you you're going to go to jail forever. So in one breath they could be nice and the next breath they'd be threatening taking away your freedom. Just be mindful of that. Well, I know, but if they don't cooperate and the mayor doesn't like this, you guys will put the strong arm on her in a second. If the mayor said so, yes. If the mayor said arrest her ass, yes. But the mayor doesn't want him arrested. You should take it up to the mayor because this is a matter of stolen land. This is stolen land from a black community right here.
Are you from Washington, D.C.?
I lived here most of my life, and all these other activists have lived here their whole lives, so don't start that shit.
I'm from here.
Well, that's good, but don't start that shit.
Just let's keep it careful.
This place was given away to rich New Yorkers. That's what happened. Rich New Yorkers who financed the mayor's election. That's how she got elected, on that New York sweet Wall Street money. And now here's the payoff. $2.2 billion worth of land given away. In fact, it's demolished on the public dime for $150 million. That's bullshit. That's why people are pissed off. That's why this is happening. This is no joke.
so just to my audience who's watching, the angles to show on this live stream are going to be pretty difficult because I'm basically filming through holes in a fence. But what's going on is that this park, apparently they overrided some zoning restrictions in order to approve this for development, and so members of the DC community who are not happy about that are protesting, and 3 of them have locked themselves to the construction equivalent, and I mean physically chain themselves onto it. So I will try to keep getting you the best angle I can of that, as well as showing you what's going on the outside. The individual in law enforcement who I recognized was that Commander Glover, I forget his first name, but Glover, showed up here and is inside the fenced-in area. The police are kind of trying to, it sounds like, negotiate them to just unchain themselves, but the key, I'm told, is somewhere off-site. So basically they couldn't just do it on their own. But so they're hoping to get a promise from the mayor that the development will stop, or at least until some sort of testing is concluded or occurs. But we'll see what ends up happening. I'm not sure how clear that's coming out, but that's a person who has chained themselves at the end of the equipment there.
Estamos aquí afuera del Parque McMillan porque el concejal de DC quiere destruir todo el parque para crear condominios
and it was built by, the people who built the city, black people of Trafford City.
I'm from DC.
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you.
I'm well aware.
So it's kind of amazing because this was an organic water filtration site, and it's crucial for our survival because our infrastructure is so run down because the city doesn't do planning. The city does how much airspace can we sell to developers, and so I know this because if you go and look at the comprehensive plan, the 1,200-page document that says this is how many people live in the city, this is how many people think are going to live in the city in 10 years, and here's how we plan the city for that. There's actually no city planning going on. It's just developers who are getting paid by tax dollars in deductions and tax breaks to sell the only thing that a city has, which is air rights. So that's the only resource that we have. And so, right now, DC Gas is actually outsourcing a lot of its contracts because the pipelines are so old in this city that they're contracting out to third-party contractors to indemnify themselves for the likely event that the gas pipes don't work anymore. And if there's a big issue, they don't want to be sued, and they've been telling the city we can't keep doing infrastructure development like a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. So now they've agreed to outsource to third-party contractors so that no one gets sued in the likelihood that the pipes explode or our very old electric grid has something happen to it. They're hackers, like the ones that were able to target the pipelines, things like that.
What happened next court in reference to this? What happened?
So basically, court in this situation is on the side of Mendelsohn and the mayor, and so, they're going to do what Mendelsohn and the mayor want, which is to develop this into condos and a grocery store for the white people who live in the neighborhood. And the only reason that this is even happening now, because basically they put up the fence after World War II because they were worried that people were going to come and try to target the water resource here. And so they put up the fence, and then after the war was over, with white flight and a program by the banks called purposeful disinvestment, where they literally started disinvesting from the cities, and especially in red line districts where black people live, because they had invested so much money to ramp up the economy after World War II. They've invested so much money in the suburbs that they wanted to make the cities as unlivable as possible to get people to move out to the suburbs. And that's when white flight and all of this all kind of fit into this. And so at that time, before white flight, this was a white neighborhood, and then after white flight, it became a black neighborhood, and that's why they kept the fence up, because they didn't want to have black people using the land. And that's when they started saying that it's private property, and you can't use it, or this neighborhood is black. And now that the neighborhood has shifted and is now white, you talk to the white gentrifiers who live in this neighborhood, they're like, you want to have a grocery store to walk to, you want a community center to walk to, and we're like, wait, you can do all those things, and we can try to use public land. And Mendelsohn.
How you doing, sir?
Hi, great.
Bonnie, feel free to grab some refreshments.
Benefits from the agreement to hand this over to developers are not going to, they're not going to work. We just know that we have to push as hard as we can, because especially with the expenses, we're already bringing this in right now. And the courts have allowed, so the latest is that we filed a TRO, and the judge said that we don't have a case to bring forward a suit that says, hey, maybe before you start demolition on this 100-year-old infrastructure, you should do some testing on whether there's asbestos. And the court said,
You get the guy on the big one all the way to the back.
Yeah, I've seen all three. Yeah, kind of switching back. Used to share is the name of my outlet. I don't mind sure inviting me here.
Oh, Chris.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, you bet.
Accept the project from just like appears, he emerges in every situation.
Where's Bagshaw?
That's him, the one who's doing most of the talking.
Oh, I saw Glover. I didn't see Bagshaw.
Actually, the one who's doing the talking. During the protests. He's like the main person who sent out.
He used, until like the end of last year, he was like always on point. Like every social justice thing, he was always like the guy who was like, and he really liked to talk.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Like most of these
And he
cops
puts
are
his
like
foot in his
RoboCop.
mouth a
Like
lot of times.
he argues with people.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
On election night, I watched him arrest a dude at the 4D police station. He like bear hugs this guy and pulls him into the station, and then he comes out the door and he gives a bow to the crowd. It was like it was one of the last things I actually saw him do like that, because I feel like he got reprimanded after that.
Wow.
Because he literally went like.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was election night?
That was like 2 a.m. November 4th.
Wow. I saw him in front of the 4D stuff when there was that killing of that young kid.
Dion K.
Yeah.
Oh.
And his mom. And they arrested his mom. I was there the night they arrested his mom.
Yeah, that was like mid-October maybe. So, damn, a year ago actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It's amazing. People are fed up with the corruption in DC, and McMillan Park is the height of it, right? Phil Mendelson and the city council serving the mayor and developer interests by exempting this project from any and all laws to get it to start the demolition. Unsafely at that, we're really worried about asbestos testing. 3 people have locked down on the bulldozers to stop this activity. If you could see, they're in full gear because there's a real serious threat of asbestos being released. Certainly 100-year-old dust that's been blowing off the site. We have our reservoir right over here, children's hospitals right here, pedestrians up and down. They're not doing this safely. They're supposed to have pedestrian barricades. Anyway, even if you like the project, the question is, don't we want it done safely? But because of this exemption from McMillan Park of any and all laws, they can just do it willy-nilly. And I think people are fed up with the corruption.
Now, are you all back in court at some point?
Tomorrow we have a hearing, actually.
What's that about?
That's the Court of Appeals hearing on a couple things, on preservation, Historic Preservation Act for DC, and the trampling of that act, and the basic safety laws, so asbestos and pedestrian barricades.
So that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
And okay. And you all have been at this for a while.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's important that this is 25 acres of public land. Even if they tear out the water cisterns, this is still our land and our property. We want it because they're going to blow up the site up here, Armed Forces Retirement with 2,500 condos, 6,000 parking spaces. This is it in terms of green space in this corridor. We want to save it. They haven't built giant towers. They haven't built luxury condos, 600 luxury condos. Even if they tear all the cisterns out, we still want the land. We wanted a green space for kids of Ward 5 and Ward 1, and for the whole city. And by the way, this is a national landmark. This belongs to everybody in the nation. And yet Kenya McDuffie, who wants to run for AG, exempting this project from all laws. He wants to be the city's attorney, and he's exempted this project from all laws. Really, folks? I mean, the height of corruption. So that's why these folks have locked down today.
Say McMillan, what are you going to say exactly? This is not a park. We want
Sam,
a park.
thank you.
We are from McMillan and we are neighbors, by the way.
Well, excuse me. Y'all are residents?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're just talking to y'all.
Convenient, huh?
So,
There's a lot of people that are
just
silent.
one second. Just one second. We gotta
Where you guys live?
Okay. All right. So this is.
Yeah, where do you live?
But we are silent because we are afraid. And I mean, I think there are some people that are starting putting signs on the wall. So not everybody is against. We want a park actually. This is not a park, this is a wall. We cannot access this land. So we want something better.
They've
So
held us
you want
hostage.
what we want,
but
right?
they've
To
held
have a
us
green
hostage.
station.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, you want not plan. We were just going for a walk.
I see. So you're opposed to
represent us. You don't represent any.
We are in favor of the development of McMillan Park. We think this is good.
So you want a park? You don't want condos?
Hang on. Hang on. We are in favor of the development proposal with the condos, with the supermarket.
Can you tell us
with
what
the
you
parks.
work as? Can you tell us what you work as?
Your name, please.
I'm Carl Shonan.
Spell your last name.
SCHONAN.
B-I-T-C-H.
Carl with a C.
Carl with a C.
And we've lived here for 6 years.
Oh, 6 years! Wow. So like in the heart of gentrification.
40 years.
These people have lived here for decades.
I've lived here for almost 20 years.
Gentrifiers! Hey, gentrifiers, wear your mask because you're breathing in asbestos. Put your mask on. We care about you, gentrifiers.
Don't get ran over.
Asbestos.
Get a keratin treatment, girl. Your hair looks dry.
Colonizers, wear your mask. You're breathing in asbestos. Keep your babies safe. Wear their masks.
That was, you know what? I love it.
6 years. Oh my God, 6 whole years. How about the people who literally built the cistern? Black people who built the cistern. But they said they were.
Oh, is that? I heard you saying something.
No, they've escaped from all of that. They're like, they're not certified CB. It's a bunch of shells. If you look at this guy sent us something. I'm looking extra sharp today. Looking extra sharp, man.
I'm looking autumny.
Yeah, you are. I'm good, man.
Oh, God, yes.
But if you get out one round,
Let's hold up our sign.
oh, I can get the
Take out the
white shirt.
You've seen it around some of that kind of wood, kind of plain thing. They got these excavators right up along the fence.
Looks like you're having a powwow.
And the other issue is storage subsidies. Because they were supposed to get permits for demolish the whole thing.
Supervisor.
Black and brown residents have lived here for generations. Now they're being displaced by developers every single day. McMillan is being sold to developers. They want to create condos, continuing the displacement, the racist displacement of black and brown people. And furthermore, they're literally trying to kill black and brown people by releasing carcinogens into the air, causing lung cancer and lung disease. If you are here on the premises, you should probably have your mask on.
Sigue la lucha. All right.
Used to be ours up there at 4,000. Intelsat, right?
No.
Oh, well, I'm thinking about Wisconsin. Oh, it's Channel 5. Okay, down there. Okay, Channel 9.
You know where the post office is?
Yes. And the McDonald's. That McDonald's. Yeah, no, I know.
That road, like, cousins to the back of McDonald's, managing, something like that. That road is now parallel to the park. Into the park. Because that was all part of the development scheme. For a road okay, so 1987, who won? Well, the road moved to where it is
Oh my god.
I guess you're gonna start.
Wow. So this is actually I've been in a couple of situations like this before, and this is something I've never seen, which is that as activists are chained to some equipment, they're actually resuming construction with other equipment. So what you're gonna see, it might be a little hard to see on the thing here as I film through, but you're actually gonna see one, like the workers beginning work as there's a person chained to another piece of equipment right next to it. Fuck. To the people watching, the little white speck at the bottom of one of those is a person who is chained to one piece of equipment, and then right behind them, the other has resumed work. To the people watching, the name of the individual there is Jim Schulman, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Oh, sure.
Great to see you. Another day in DC.
We're here because City Council wants to sell this land to developers. Once demolished, percentages will be released into the air. Putting people who live here and easy residents
There's this one woman in Silverman, not Elizabeth, Ellie Silverman, that does, she does protests. I think Adam has been trying to reach this
Hello.
His post report. I'll see if Adam called the post. I think he did. I'm pretty sure. I can't believe they're still working. He's probably just moving there.
Yeah, it might just be moving the stuff around. I'm not sure if they're actually working. So the stuff stopped moving, so I might have been wrong. They might be just sort of moving things around in accordance to whatever they're going to do next, as opposed to actually like physically continuing work. We'll see.
I'd like to sit down.
Hey, Rosina. It's Ford. Good. What have you gotten yourself into? Sorry, it was a little hard to hear you because a helicopter is flying over us now.
Yeah, we're just sad that they're destroying this park, so I guess we won because we shut them down for the day. But it's just sad that this whole thing happened the way it did, and it seems like they broke a few laws to make this happen. They're destroying it. It's pretty sad. It was a beautiful place. I feel like they could have used it a different way.
Do you think the mayor's going to listen to you guys? So what are you hoping is going to come out of this then?
I mean, I would love it if they would stop and they would give the park to the people, but I don't see that necessarily happening. But this is sort of, for me, was one more day to visit this beautiful location, which was the first, only integrated park in DC that I know of. People used to picnic and spend the night out here, white, black, together. So to me, it's something to be saved and cherished. And so today, I got to see the park while they're destroying it. Go into the cells that we spent some good time in. Did a lot of really beautiful photographs. And made contact with people who are doing this work. I mean, I'd rather just doing their job. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just sad. And for me, this is a cathartic act. This is my catharsis at this location. It's healing for me to do this.
Are you concerned about whether the police can cut you out of there safely?
No. Because I can let myself out if I need to.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Good luck. Be safe.
Thanks for coming.
I'm around.
Appreciate you.
Okay, so that was my attempt to interview Rosina, who is a local activist here in DC who I've covered at least a dozen events, but never like this. So this might be one of the more intense things I've seen her do. And I'd be pretty surprised if she doesn't get arrested by the end of the day. But I can show you the view that I have now, which is that the police and the construction workers are all kind of on standby. I've seen actually a couple of plainclothes officers move around here as well, who could be different agencies. So I think they're still trying to sort of figure out who exactly to deal with this and why. So what you'll see when I turn the camera, that way is 3 of the sort of top brass of MPD's, I think, Special Operations Division. I think that's Glover, Bagshaw, and I forget the other guy's name, speaking to one plainclothes officer who it's not clear which department he is to me. Do you not want to be seen?
I'm actually not great at. I get
Okay.
very like. I know it's
Okay,
not,
no
I know
worries,
it looks
yeah.
crazy, but like I'm actually not great at like being caught on camera.
No worries. I don't want to get in your way.
No, that's fine. I'm just letting you know. All of a sudden, as soon as I see a camera, I like.
Then you're like, oh. I was gonna say, it sounds like you're being a little sarcastic.
Thank you, MPD, for keeping the property safe and the people unsafe. MPD, you earned your money today. The developers are so pleased. Well done.
Hey.
Hey, I follow you on Twitter, man. I just want to say I
Thank you.
appreciate. Yeah, just want
Much
to say I appreciate the
appreciated.
work. I know you're working. So
Thank you. Yeah, no worries at all.
Yeah, no, appreciate you going to all these things and getting real-time footage.
I wasn't expecting this one. I got a call like, hey, we're going to chain ourselves to some shit in a half hour.
Okay. Yeah,
Like, I didn't know about this until
I
right
just lived
now.
in the neighborhood and was just out for a casual stroll and saw all the police activity. I was like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got an interesting task ahead of them down here. Have you seen the people chained up? Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, there's got one down here too. And,
Right.
Yeah, I just noticed this other one over here. How long have you been down here for?
55 minutes.
All right.
Hey Jim, are you okay?
As a former drug war prisoner, I wear it because it's like that was enslavement. And when people were treated like slaves and then were given their freedom, they were given this hat. And it was used in the American Revolution. It was used during Civil War by the Union Army. And it's like it's on the seal of the U.S. Army PJ. It's basically to say that freedom is more important in the Army because it's above the Army seal. And so, yeah, it's kind of for like political freedom. Is what it really stands for. We make them. I made this by hand.
Really?
Yeah. And so that's why I was like, give me one. But I wear it a lot at protests. And just there was a group of all the people who helped legalize marijuana in DC were like in this intersecting group. We all have them. We're all made them for
Didn't they
ourselves.
just override it?
No.
They did something that kind
The Harris Rider that's been preventing DC from running its own laws. We used to protest up there. Well, two weeks later, we find out that the appropriations bill doesn't have the rider anymore. It means DC is going to be able to write its own laws again, so it's quick use of the rule. And it took 7 years to get this thing into it. I've been fighting it for 7 years. So I'm excited. In November, there's going to be a hearing in council about setting up legitimate legal points of sale, cultivation, manufacturing. And there's going to be a lot of opportunity here. A lot of people are going to start businesses, which should be interesting. And they have a great social justice perspective.
Technically, this is aligned with everything I do.
Like, for, I don't know,
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we need to stay as long as possible because they're gonna make it harder.
Really impressive. Has anyone said tried to negotiate with you at all?
But I think, you know, even if we can't get
Ask me if I want to have, if anyone has a key.
Well,
I was like blocking all the entrance so they couldn't get in.
Yeah.
That was helpful. I was like, oh, we could do that.
absolutely, and that's like not a risk.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's true.
That's good to know.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't trust him, and they're legally allowed to lie to you, so I don't really.
Oh my God! Yes, I protested in Nita Bond's house, and the cops are like, "She don't live here." I'm like, she don't live. That's convincing me that she don't live here. I'm like, the fact you're here kind of proves she lives here.
Tell them that, we'll bring the key in if they agree to asbestos testing.
yeah, like.
Oh, that'd be
just that one
good.
thing, not the
Yeah.
whole shutdown. Just the
That's a
one
great
thing.
idea.
Like looking another round. I mean, like.
Do we have a power bank?
Oh my goodness.
All the cards.
I'm good.
Bill, you're
Jeez.
this guy's a rock. Even budge. I have my car.
We're good.
You want to plug into my? I have a power thing
Yes.
in the car.
All good though.
Like you know, a jack in the car
Keep
lighter.
that in mind. But I'm right here.
I can bring my van. I can bring the van here.
Did they block it off?
Oh yeah, maybe they did. Yeah, they did.
Sorry about that. If anyone was watching live while that happened.
Although, to tell you something, one time,
It's right where we used
David
to meet.
Bronner, the CEO of Dr. Bronner's, he locked himself inside of a steel jail, a steel bar jail, with real thick bars, in front of the White House, 7:30 in the morning, with some live cannabis plants. And he refused to open the door. Eventually, the fire department came and cut him out.
The friends of McMillan are trying to get it.
The fire department cut him out.
I read that article.
Police
That's
won't
Which
let you
article?
out. It'll be the fire
the article that
department.
said that friends of
It'll take a long
McMillan
time.
are talking to
It'll take
Republicans.
Oh, did they cut her out?
I've got some stills if you want them.
Yeah, she can release.
Do you mean this hall?
I think they're going to undo Kim Chung, who is sitting
Oh
on the
yeah, I
bucket.
see it. Yeah.
Google News on the inside. To pass down to your children. It's all good. Oh, okay. The white man always takes out his camera when he starts to feel threatened. This is what they do. The white man always takes out his camera.
I mean, that's very awesome.
What? White man? You want to be called a white man? No, you're taking your camera out.
You're yelling at me.
I'm not. I'm literally sharing knowledge about the history of this land, and I'm letting you know it's okay. You will probably win. And your property will be fine.
I rent here. I don't have the property. That's why I want more housing.
That's why you want more housing, so that you can have 4 one-bedrooms that are at $3,500 a month. So you can afford a $3,500 one-bedroom? Is that what you're looking for? There's a ton. Actually, did you know in 2019 there were 10,000 empty units in the city, and since the pandemic, we've had a net loss of 19,000. So there's plenty of empty units. There's plenty of empty units for you. If you want more empty units, there's at least 10,000 from 2019. I mean, you're bringing your baby here. I think your baby is fine hearing loud noises, no? No. Okay, don't worry. I have a soft spot for babies too. I mean, he's bringing his baby as a shield. That's what the white gentrifiers do when they come. Remember when they came for the counter protest? For the counter protest, they came, they brought their children, and they literally used their babies as shields. And now they're using their babies as shields, breathing in the asbestos here. So it's amazing that they care so much about their children, but they don't care about the heritage. They don't care that this site is a natural, organic way of processing water for filtration. So if something happens to our dilapidated water filtration system, then, you know, this is a way that we can organically filter water.
To provide an update to the people watching, what you just saw is the one more, there's 2 people left, but you just saw one of them. There's one individual who I just showed who is still chained to a piece of equipment there. Rosaria, a local activist, Rosaria or Rosina? Sorry if you watch this back and I got your name wrong, Rosina, I think. It is Rosina? Okay, yeah, sorry, Rosina. Did get disconnected from, she had been chained to the piece of equipment right here, and actually lost my sight of her, but it looked like she was not, at least at first, physically arrested. It looked like she had not been handcuffed when she was first separated from it. So it's not clear to me, at least at this point, how or if they're going to be charging individuals. My guess would be probably a trespass charge or something like that, but at this point we don't know. And what's going on right now is it seems like they're having kind of a conversation with one more of the individuals. So, you know, from the law enforcement's perspective, at this point, it's basically 1 down, 2 to go.
black people who built this city, the reason that the fence was put up and kept up after
They'll let you out.
Yeah, they'll probably let you leave. They just.
Big footage? Yeah, absolutely. Was Rosina released?
Looks like Adam's gonna go big. Yeah, she's walking out right now, man. She's walking right out.
Yeah, they let her out.
She's right. Oh, now she disappeared, but she just walked out the other side.
That side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone met her over there, so she'll probably.
Okay, so she'll probably wrap around. Okay.
Yeah. She took her time wandering out. Took some pictures on the way out.
Was she free or did the key?
We don't know. We don't know if that was her decision or if they cut her out. Although they're not making moves to cut the other people out, so unless she had a much simpler.
A lot of cops.
Yeah, a lot of cops. These guys over here have been watching us all day. Yeah, that's why I stopped holding. I finally stopped holding up my socks.
Yeah, it's like, well, what's up then?
And you could go up to Michigan Avenue. Yeah.
Do we have our zip ties? Maybe we could put some on the
I didn't have zipped. I just like saw them in the thing. I didn't actually have them. That's why they're like weirdly. Yeah. Because I just.
They're from the last time when you didn't have the
Oh, really?
This they don't, these people take them down this way.
So basically what's happening is that the police are trying to negotiate with the individual who's here, and it sounds like what they've told her is that if she can get a key and release herself or get released without them having to cut through, then she wouldn't be arrested. So the police are trying to entice this situation to not include them actually doing the labor of cutting the activists out by telling them they won't go to jail if they just do that on their own. One thing I heard from this side of the fence is that some people were skeptical of that actual deal and said, the police are allowed to lie to you. They might just be trying to get the key. I've also been told that there is such a key. Such a key does exist, but that it's not in the site. It's somewhere off-site among some of the folks out here. So, they do have the ability to call on their friends to make that happen. But at the moment, it appears that that's not what they're doing. We will see, though.
Yeah, she's here. She just came
Oh.
around.
Hey!
Hey, Ford.
You made it.
Yeah, well, I gave up easy. I didn't want to get cut out.
So what happened?
You mean they just came down, they were nice, they listened. I don't think it's necessarily going to make a difference. But they listened to me and they just asked me to, to be kind of, well, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I'm sorry, I'm a little discombobulated right this second.
Sure.
I just walked out. But they just asked me, they had a saw, they were going to cut me out, and I thought, let's keep the lockbox solid. I didn't get the lockbox to walk away with, thank you, sweet. Unfortunately, they kept the lockbox for, I guess, evidence.
Uh-huh.
But maybe since it's my property, maybe I'll be able to get it back. But yeah, I just, told him again that I care about this space, love this space. It's really sad what they're doing. It was cathartic for me to go in because, I've just been sort of sitting around like, oh God, they're destroying McMillan. Oh God, they're destroying McMillan. It just feels bad. And, there's been so many developments and so much lost, and this was just such a magical place, at least for me. I mean, I know that other people just saw it as like a weird feel with silos, just like I did when I was a kid, every time driving by, but I love this park, and I love, that it was the first integrated park. That's important to me. It's important to me that Miss Ella sat out here and had a picnic, 80 some odd years ago. That's important to me, and there weren't many spaces in that city like that, so.
It sounds like the negotiation that's taking place, at least with the person who's close enough for us to hear, is that they're trying to say, if you bring a key down and unlock, then we're not going to arrest you. We'll let you go. Is that more or less what happened with you? Is that the same deal?
Yes. They offered to basically let me release myself and walk away with no charges.
Right.
I'm sure if I come back, they didn't mention it, but I'm sure that would be implied there.
So
but,
not thinking of pushing the envelope?
I don't have any plans.
Alrighty.
Hey Sam, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, dear. I guess I'm
Which
the
one
first
were you?
person to release. I was last to the team.
Right.
Beyond this one.
Okay, yeah, have to walk down.
Jerry, thank you.
So, tell us a quiet experience. What are your thoughts now? How did you get out? All that stuff.
Well, you can kind of take the whole part.
Jerry, Kip, thank you.
Kind of Kirby Binding. I don't even know if he's here today, but he's a long person, and
You got a hole in your pants. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you. Yep.
So how did you come out of it?
It's kind of wild to see
You
this.
were telling
So the police came and checked on me.
Okay, so it looks like the second person was just released, and so there's one more who is still connected. Oh. It looks like the third person also got a crane.
No arrest? Good job!
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
See you, Ford.
See ya. Right, so I'm not sure how visible that last shot was, but all three people have now been released from the contraptions they fixed themselves to, the equipment that they fixed themselves to. So it looks like that last individual also just got off the crane, and will probably be heading this way soon.
They didn't want to arrest him.
Good job!
Guys, yes, thank you guys for being out here. It was super helpful.
Oh, sorry. All right, so looks like all three have been released. None of them are arrested, it appears. The negotiation that seemed to have happened was that the police basically told them that they wouldn't be arrested if they didn't have to cut them out. And so if they did use whatever mechanism they had on their own end to sort of unchain themselves, then they'd be freed. I'm going to stick around here a little longer in case anything else happens. And I will also try to interview, I interviewed one of them who came out a little earlier, but I think the other two, I saw one just headed out, but they're on the opposite side of the park, so it might take them several minutes to wrap around here. So I'm going to cut the live stream here, but I will have some HD video up later today, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, all the places you'd see this live stream. I will try to have some HD footage up later. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention to kind of local, but an interesting story here in Washington, D.C.